Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. This is Potato, and welcome back to our channel. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and I'm here for a little bit of a shorter Friday upload situation type of deal to let you all know about just a new update for our girl Amberlynn'S. She hasn't posted on YouTube or anything like that. I don't know, maybe this is also kind of my way of willing that into existence. Maybe I'm just really excited for a new arc where she has a new girlfriend and this, that, the other, and she did say that she'd be seeing this new girly pop in person really soon. So maybe this video I'm making now is a sign of that. Maybe it will, push Amberlynn to upload a vlog where she reveals said new girlfriend. I don't know, I'm probably being way too hopeful. I'm sure that old Tommy Salami won't even find her way onto camera for quite some time. But I'm here to update you on Amberlynn'S Instagram handle. Yes, I feel like that is such a nothing topic. I understand it's probably oh my god, Zach, you're making a whole entire video about this? Is that really necessary? But yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. And in terms of this is just fun and silly. This is just fun and silly. And also reveals a lot about Amberlynn'S as a human, as a person, in my opinion. Now, Amberlynn, since I have followed her, has had actually quite a few Instagram handles. It's only been in the past couple of years that she started changing up her Instagram handles. For a long time, for the duration of the time that I followed her on the internet, her Instagram handle was always Rarity Cat. And then she just one day ended up changing it, and so now she's been Narcissistic Goddess. That one came first, I think. I think she had deleted her Instagram or put her Instagram on private or did something, and then she came back and she was like, ha 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 ha, now I'm Narcissistic Goddess, and it was supposed to be Amberlynn'S the edgelord, who was totally reclaiming this title of narcissism that so many on the internet use for her. And then she changed it to velvet.and.honey, and then she picked out this moniker hi.I'm.Bambi.
So I wanted to put Vlogmas on here. Right now it says Velvet and Honey. Feline did that for me when I changed my Instagram name, which I have changed it again. My new Instagram though is hi.I'm.Bambi. My name's Amberlynn. Feline says, that's not your government. Your name's Amber. So Feline started calling me Ambi, which then turned into Bambi. And Bambi falls in love with Feline. So this is from the movie Bambi. It's a Disney movie. I'm sure everyone's heard of it. But Bambi and Feline fall in love. She just started calling me Bambi, and I started calling her Feline.
And Bambi was always really connected to her relationship with Feline, with Wifey, with Jade, with Alex, whichever name you're gonna call Amberlynn's ex that she lived with at the end of her time in Kentucky. And that was, even then, a pretty big sign of how Amberlynn takes on the personalities and characteristics of the partners she's with at the time. I think when she was with Wifey, it was very apparent how much she takes on her partners, identities and things like that, because not only did she change her Instagram handle to be connected to Feline, but at the time she also started talking like Feline. Feline was a black woman, and Amberlynn really took part in a lot of AAVE, which is a way that black people in America talk. And a lot of people caught on to it pretty quickly, and that's on top of things like hobbies, interests, and whoever, whatever. I would guess, actually, that probably makes a lot of sense to a lot of people. Amberlynn says she has BPD. One thing about having BPD is that you have a quote-unquote favorite person, and that person becomes like a large part of your life, your identity, and everything that goes into it. So anyways, Amberlynn broke up with old Feline, wifey, whoever, whatever, and people started wondering if she was going to change this username. And I think that's fair because even in the breakup video, she talked about how hard it was to even call wifey Feline.
Even just calling her Feline is so hard because Bambi and Feline, like, it's not a thing anymore.
Like, she was struggling to say Feline because the concept that these, like, nicknames they had for each other, Feline and Bambi, was so difficult for her because it made her think about her love that she had for wifey. It was also so difficult for her to have that name associated with wifey that when she was like packing up to move to Oklahoma where she is now and she was going through old holiday decorations, she said that she had to throw out literally anything, any ornament, any reindeer ornament that reminded her of Bambi or Feline.
But there is one like white deer right here, which doesn't make me as sad, but if any look like Feline or Bambi, then I'm not keeping it. I just can't.
So yeah, I think it makes sense that a lot of people are like, why are you holding on to this hi.im.bambi Instagram username? Like, why do you still got this? Like, why is that something you're holding on to when allegedly the names Bambi and Feline really bring up a lot of bad feelings that you have about this relationship with wifey. And I will say pretty early on, like maybe a month after the breakup, actually I think it was in August sometime. Yeah, so that was about a month after, maybe a little bit more after her breakup from wifey. She did mention in a live stream that she needed to change it, and she asked people for like ideas and suggestions.
Oh yeah, I do need to change my Instagram name for sure. I just don't know, like who wants to create my name for me? Like, what should it be?
But then yeah, she never changed it at all. And a lot of people were like, well, maybe she'll just wait until she has a new girly, a new Instagram girly, which is also kind of interesting to me, right? Because like if you're going to be like looking for new girlfriends in the Instagram DMs, it does kind of seem like a weird choice to hold on to this username that was connected to your ex. You know, like it feels weird that you're going to continue holding on to that when you're also like DMing with new girls in the Instagram DMs. But nevertheless, some people speculated maybe she'll just wait and once she's in a new relationship, she'll change it. But then she announced this relationship with Valentine, this alleged Valentine. Listen, I'm choosing to believe that Valentine existed, but I totally understand why people are like, Valentine was made up, Valentine didn't exist. I think either option there, if she's telling the truth or if she's lying about it, is crazy. But anyways, allegedly, she started dating this Valentine person, and then she just kept the name. She just stuck around with hi.im.bambi. And I tried to find some clips because I feel like people were asking about it a lot. Whether that was like, in my mind, I felt like she answered questions about that on her YouTube channel. But I looked for quite a long time this morning trying to find some clips of it. And I don't know if I'm just dumb or if I'm just like not looking for the right things. I was doing a lot of Control F on her transcripts of her videos and things like that. But I couldn't find her talking about it explicitly on there. But I did go back through a bunch of screenshots that I have of Instagram Q&As that she had been doing, because she, you know, famously goes in these waves of where she likes to answer questions that people ask her on the Instagram in her Instagram stories. And there I did find somebody who asked her about her username. So this is from an Instagram Q&A that was dated April 19th, 2024. And the person asked, how does Valentine feel about the Bambi username? And Amberlynn said, I asked her, and she said she doesn't care about trivial stuff like that. It's just a username. So I think that's really interesting because when we get to what Amberlynn's new username is, you're going to have a lot of questions. You're going to be like, so was that real? Was that real? Like, did Valentine really exist and just didn't care and didn't require her to change her name? Or does this new girlfriend, Tommy Salami, really care? And either way, I'm just like, this is dumb as hell. This is so fucking stupid. This is really just ignorant. While I was looking for those Instagram Q&A screenshots, I did see another one from the same day, same set of Instagram questions. And somebody had mentioned me and said, Zachary Michael wants to know, why didn't you go into more detail about what you admire about Valentine? And I remember originally there was another Q&A situation where she talked about like the 3 things she admired the most about Valentine. And it was like the most basic of answers. It was like really vague general answers that you could say just about anybody. All right. Which also, now that I'm saying all of this, really does make me think like maybe Valentine wasn't real. That's why she had such vague ass answers about this in the past, and that's why Valentine didn't care if she changed her username or not, and this, that, the other. But then I'm also just like, I don't know. Anyways, it's whatever. I really don't even think it's about whether or not her partner cares that she changes her username. And I think it's more a sign and more indicative of just how much Amberlynn is invested in the relationship, which also leads me to believe that, like, if Valentine was real, I don't see a way that Amberlynn wouldn't have been like, yeah, I gotta change my username because I love this girly pop so much. Am I, in the course of this video, am I becoming a conspiracy theorist that believes that Valentine wasn't real? I don't think I'm quite there yet, but the pieces are coming together. The pieces are coming together. Anyways, this person said, Zachary Michael wants to know, why didn't you go into more detail about what you admire about Valentine? And Amberlynn's response at the time was, because I'm keeping things about her private for now. I could go into detail about why I love her dedication and strength, but I'm protecting our privacy right now while still allowing myself to be happy and talk about her a bit. My answers being vague publicly doesn't make our relationship any less meaningful. Zach needs things to make videos about, so of course he's finding something to complain about when it comes to me. He acts superior, he isn't. Which I don't even think I was complaining at the time. Honestly, I'd have to go back and look at what I actually think I also already have talked about this particular question in a video before. So what my response was or wasn't probably doesn't really matter. But I think I was just talking about, like, I don't know, seems kind of weird. It seems kind of suspicious that you don't have more to say about the alleged love of your life or whatever. But, and also it probably wasn't the only thing I even addressed in that video. So it's like, I didn't necessarily need to say anything in that moment. But all of that's besides the point. The point of me even bringing this question up again is that she, in this, was talking about how private she wants to be about Valentine and how she doesn't want to go into a bunch of details about Valentine because she wants to keep things private. And that's not to say that maybe Tommy Salami isn't, like, a little different than Valentine or, like, might care less about her privacy or things like that. But it is interesting to me that at this point, Amberlynn, like, April 19th of 2024, she probably been dating for like a couple months at that point. You know, we were introduced to Valentine as a concept in February, and this is about 2 months after that. So it's interesting to me that she wanted to be so hush-hush about Valentine, but old Tommy Salami, she doesn't care. And she's like fully changed her Instagram handle to reflect her relationship status with this woman from the Instagram DMs. Which I guess brings me to the updated Instagram name, which is tommys.girl with 2 eyes.
And that username very much gives me like, you're in elementary school, like a 10-year-old, so it's fine.
Which the 2 eyes really takes me back. The other thing I forgot is that she also used to have a health-related Instagram account that was separate from this Instagram account, and she was called Curvy Calories on there for a little bit, and there were 2 eyes in that as well, and then she also changed that at some point to Pineapple Pinup as well. She's just had so many different monikers on the internet. It's actually so funny to me. But yeah, she has fully made her new Instagram identity all related to this girly pop. And that shit is just so funny to me. Like, you are really not beating these allegations that everything in your life is dictated by the girlfriend, caretaker, etc. that you're dating at the time. Like, you fully made your identity on the internet, or at least this specific platform on the internet, related to your girlfriend. And I also just have to say, and this is maybe like the least important thing, but it really frustrates me when she's like this with her Instagram handles, or like when Chantal is constantly changing her YouTube handle and things like that. But when it comes to being successful on social media, like, you need to be easy to find. Like, you want people to be able to find your content, and that means cross-platform as well. Like, the whole entire way you make money on social media is by people being able to find you and watch your content, interact with your content, engage with your content. So how is it helpful to you to go and change your name on a platform all willy-nilly? It's not. People are going to struggle to find you. It's going to be harder to grow your base. That's just like very basic marketing stuff. It doesn't take like a social media expert to probably figure that out, but I can tell you that as somebody who does social media regularly, like, you are making it harder for people to find your content. And then on top of that is that if you go to all of her videos, she has all of her Instagram handles listed on her videos. But if you are somebody that comes across her content and finds an old video of hers and you're like, oh, I want to go follow this person on Instagram, you're not going to be able to find her at hi.I'm Bambi, which is what she has listed on every single video she's made for like the past year or two. Okay? So it's just, that's also just really dumb, but I mean, the whole thing is dumb. I literally this morning, Noel and I have like a little morning ritual where we wake up, we have a cup of coffee together, watch some K-pop videos and things like that. That's like how we start our days. And while we were doing that this morning, I just out of nowhere turned to Noel and I was like, Noel, would you ever change your Instagram handle to something like Zachary's man, Zachary's partner, something like that? And he turns and looks at me and he's like, fuck no. because who in there, I was like, you're 34, Noel, you wouldn't do that? Because Amberlynn is 33. Who in their 30s is making their identity tied to their partner like that? Like, it's giving juvenile behavior. Like, I do remember back when I was in high school, all the girlies at my high school used MSN Messenger, okay? And I do, on MSN Messenger, you could update your little title, and lots of people would put like cringe lyrics as their names on MSN Messenger, and a lot of times it would be like, oh, Justin's girl, Justin's girlfriend, and it was like, at the time I was like, oh, I wish I could do that, but I was gay in the Midwest in the middle of nowhere, so I didn't. I just put up my cringe lyrics from songs and called it a day. But yeah, I remember that kind of behavior in high school. But ma'am, you are 33 years old, I think. Like, please. Please. It's just so cringe. It's so cringe. It's so cringe because she has allegedly been on this journey of self-discovery, of living by herself and like being independent. And then the second she gets into what seems to be maybe an actual real relationship, allegedly, and now she's like, well, I gotta go back to being codependent. I gotta be back to being codependent. And then all of this also makes me think about and wonder about the woman on the other side of this, old Tommy Salami. Like, Tommy Salami, you're okay with this? You're all right with this? Like, this is a vibe that you want to get down with? You want to be that connected to Amberlynn Reed? Or for real, like there's no red flags about this woman changing her online identity to be so closely tied to you? I don't know, ma'am. I don't know. And honestly, maybe that's a red flag about Tommy. Maybe Tommy Salami's red flag is that she is 100% down to clown with this nonsense. And what do you think? Do you think Tommy Salami out there has an Instagram that's like Amberlynn'S boo? Amberlynn'S girl? Amberlynn'S woman? You know, like... just so crazy to me. And I really, really hope that all of this is a sign that old Tommy Salami is moving in on August 1. We are approaching August 1st real quick. Like, wouldn't it be such a gag if Tommy Salami moves in with Amberlynn? I'd love it. I'd love to see it. And also, like, she is supposed to be visiting. And Amberlynn said in her last video that it's possible that by the time that video got posted, that old Tommy Salami was already there. So maybe Tommy Salami is hitting it up Oklahoma City style with Amberlynn. They're going to all the finest of Walmarts, all the finest of TJ Maxx's. Maybe it's already happening. Maybe it's already there, and the next video we'll learn more. I'm actually kind of hoping that I filmed this whole entire video and then we find out that it all happens and that, like, Amberlynn actually posts the video today too, and then I'm gonna be behind, but then I can catch up. I'm hoping that this video that I'm making right now is kind of like going to like will it into existence, that we're going to have an update, because I just think it's all so silly. But anyways, I think that's about all I can say about an Instagram handle change, which, like, honestly, 22 minutes is far longer than I anticipated this video going anyways. I hope you enjoyed this little Friday afternoon update. This is about all I have today, so enjoy. And if you're brand new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I had so much fun today. I hope you did too, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!